Any other?
Sir, we are doing sprint planning or product backlogging. Agile.
Good. That's all.
Retrospective meeting.
Retrospective.
Yes, sir. Retrospective meeting.
Okay. So let us go to the PowerPoint presentation where we have. You can just go through it like why Agile over traditional SDLC. So all the traditionals are time consuming. Comparative to Agile.
Yes.
Sir.
So as you might have heard maybe your cousins or any of your relatives will be working in IT sectors, right? Before, like in the time of 2010, 12, they used to say we'll be working on projects for years together or complete 6 to 7 months together. This like one project will be prolonged to years together. Correct, right?
Sir.
So the same thing is your time consuming. So for early releases or early deployment of the project, we need to go for Agile. And it is unidirectional. Unidirectional in the sense it is only moving in one direction. There is no backward. So you can see over there, never backward. It is written over. And the monolithic software is nothing but a kind of 3-tier architecture and difficulty in responding changes. In the sense, in your traditional particular modules, there was a difficulty in responding to the changes. For example, if you are following BNB and you are 70% of your application has been developed, do you think there will be some changes will be accepted by the company? Guys, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Will
sir.
you accept requirement changes if your application has been developed 70% in your BNB model?
No, sir.
So that is one of the disadvantages. That is why we go for Agile and bulky documentation. Will you accept that the documentation which are required to develop an application is more in SDLC, in the sense the traditional models?
Yes, sir.
Correct, right? For everything you need to.
Background noise, sir.
What about now? Now is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. See, documentation is more. All your CRS, SRS need to be documented. All your scenarios need to be documented. Release notes need to be documented. Any changes, any bugs, everything need to be documented. Correct, right? And little room for iterations. You know that failure for a single dependency may ruin the entire software. In the sense, you guys know bug life cycle.
Yes, sir.
So in your bug life cycle, you would have come across a status called as can't fix. Correct.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
why you will get the can't fix status? Tell me.
Because developer does not accept it as a defect.
So if tester has
Or the
complained about
Shivan, you tell me first. Then we'll go with the Sid.
Or sir, when technology itself does not have the solution for it, so at that situation, developer set the status as that cannot be fixed.
Okay. You Sid.
if there's a defect, a little defect, which is just a minor in the core source code, then the developer assign a status can't.
So it is not only the minor one. Any defect which is present in the core of the code,
Yes, sir.
then the status will be can't fix. Both the answers are correct. Perfect. Now the same reason is here in your SDLCs. A small defect will be destroying the whole software itself. The failure on a single dependency may ruin the entire software. That is why we does not follow traditional models. We'll go for SDLCs. And customers are not involved in development and testing phases. Why? Because you can see that in none of your particular traditional modules do you have sprint review meeting.
No.
No, right? The sense you're not giving any kind of demo to the particular customers before the application is getting released or before the application is going for the first release or whatever it may be. But in your agile, you have that. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And the next one is your customer satisfaction is not a major goal. But previously, what used to happen, customer used to come, he used to give the requirement, he used to move. That's all. We were not our work was just to develop and test it. We were not like our customer satisfaction is more important for us or the customer happiness is more important. Our work was only to develop and test and give it. That's all. But in Agile, customer happiness or the customer satisfaction is the major goal of that. And the next one is that testing and development activities are not parallel. You can say that in few of your traditional modules, it will be going in a parallel. As you can see your V and V where exactly in your V and V where your particular development engineers will go through your SRS and even your test engineers will go through your SRS. They'll start developing here, we start writing test cases. But here, this is not going at the same, like not parallelly. There are some disadvantages in VNV, like we don't have any requirement changes. But here, even though we go with the parallel, but at the same time, we can go for the requirement changes. That is why we go for Agile. And no tracking of testing and development teams. Before, what used to happen? Do you think your team leads, your managers were tracking your work? Now, since we are using some tools as Jira and ALM, you can just log in into that particular application and you can track what is happening over there. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So, what you guys are used, like mentioning the tools which you have used in your project, can I know?
Jira, sir.
Jira, okay. Any others? ALM,
ALM.
let's try it as a project management tool.
ALM and Jira.
ALM and Jira, okay. So those tools are completely used for Agile where you can just log in and you can keep a track of your team or whatever is doing there. And no face-to-face conversation between development team and testing team and the stakeholders. In your traditional module, what used to happen? Development team used to have separate meetings, testing team used to have separate meetings, stakeholders used to have separate meetings. There was no communication between the team itself, and we don't know what used to happen in the different teams. So that is why we choose Agile over the traditional models. Understood? Anyone is getting confused in these points? Guys?
No, sir.
Sir, it could be possible now some of the disadvantage of Agile also.
Yeah, we have some of the disadvantages. As I said in the initial itself, we didn't know when the requirement will stop. Continuously, we might getting the requirement. We don't know when the project will be stopped. And since the sprint is very small duration, or like in the small duration, it is that sometimes in few companies you can see sprint might be for only 1 week, or sprint might be for 2 weeks. At that time, what will happen? The efficiency of a test engineer or efficiency of a developer might get affected. So that is one of the disadvantages. And there is a lot of pressure on the IT engineers right now to work in Agile methodology. So these are some disadvantages. But what are the more advantages? We have more advantages in this, right?
Yes.
See, the main goal is our customer satisfaction. Customer has to get the application very soon, and we want to do some business work. Even we want to earn money, even the company wants to earn money. So what we have to see is our major advantages we have in Agile compared to all the traditional models. That is why we go for Agile. So that is why, since there are some disadvantages in Agile like pressure, efficiency, you would have observed in few companies every Friday they will be having some activities.
Yes, sir.
Have you observed like they would have some dancing sessions or some debate sessions or some what is that people suddenly come and dancing? What is that? Flash mob. Have you seen like many companies do that because for the relieving the pressure and all. Done? Any doubts till now?
Yes, no, sir.
Others?
No, sir.
No, sir.
I want all the 19 members to respond. Only few people are responding. What others are doing? Guys, okay. So the next one is your lead the values of Agile. Okay, now let us go with the principles of Agile. So is my screen visible for you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
So what is the main principle of Agile in the sense? The first one you can see over here is customer satisfaction.
Sir, zoom in, sir. Little bit more, sir.
Is it
Yes,
fine
sir.
now?
Yes, yes.
So you can see the first one is your customer satisfaction. In the sense, think you guys are having some retail business. Okay. What do you mean by retail business? Anyone?
दस लाख तो क्या ही है 10 लाख क्या होता है
Aditya, please come to the space where you have network. Aditya, am I audible?
yes sir I don't know today what is happening sir lot of time the connection got disconnected
Are you in your home or are you outside?
sir I am in home
Or else do one thing. If you are using Wi-Fi, please switch it off and switch on for 5 minutes. Then check with your connection.
okay sir.
Okay. Now, since you want to explore your business to all over the country, and you want to develop an application, and you are very eager and you want the application in a very quick manner, that is where the first point comes over here is your customer satisfaction through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. You want a very basic software or very good software which can be easily admired to particular customers. Correct, right? You need an application which is user friendly, and you need the application very fast, and every user can access it very easily. This is how your requirements will be. Correct, right?
Yes, sir.
So you want to give an application where a customer can use it, an end user will be satisfied with using your application. That is the main goal or the first principle of an agile methodology. Then you have given the requirement application has been developed and your business started exploring all over the country. Then you want to add some changes. Previously, as I said to you, in this particular Amazon application, think you have given these modules and you want to add some cart now and you want to add wish list. So these your requirement changes? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So that will be your requirement changes. Welcoming the requirement changes, even the late stages of the project, is your second principle of agile. In the sense, so your project will be having maximum of 6 to 7 releases. Now we are on the 7th release. At that time, if the customer comes for changing the requirement, we will accept the requirement changes and we will make sure whether that particular requirement changes is able to release in this particular release, or we will convince that particular client that this will be released in your these elements or these features will be released in the next releases. So that is your second principle. Deliver working software frequently. That is what delivering your working software frequently in the sense. Some companies, what they'll happen in the sense, they'll be having 2 sprints, 1 releases, or 3 sprints, 1 releases. So what happens over there? Frequently they'll be giving an update. Have you observed nowadays, since many of you are using Android phones, every week are you getting an update on?
Yes, sir.
So that is nothing but a new build has been pushed for you. So that is the 1 week releases. That depends upon the application, depends upon the company. Whenever they want, they can release it. That is a conversation which happens between the customer and a client. And close daily cooperation between business people and developers, nothing but your client and your developers. And projects are built around motivated individuals and who can be trusted. Face-to-face conversation is the best form of communication. Where your face-to-face conversation is very good, because usually we'll be having with meetings with even the development team, even with the testing team, and even with the non-IT people who are working in the company. And working software is the primary progress measure and suitable development, able to maintain a constant pace, continuous attention of technical excellence and good design. Simplicity and best architectures required and design emerges for self-organized. And the team relates to the regularly how to become more effective. This is like this 12th one is your retrospective meeting. So these are the basic principles which we follow in your agile methodology. Can we move on for the next one?
Yes, sir.
So coming to now is roles in agile. So there are some different roles in agile, like we have a project manager, delivery manager, stakeholders, product owners, scrum masters, development scrum team, testing scrum team, cross-functional team. So let us know who is project manager, who is delivery manager, who is stakeholders, who is product owners, who are scrum masters, everything. So coming to the next slide, here you can see a project manager. So as we know, every team will be having a manager. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So he will be the one who will be planning the planning the activities, or giving you the tasks, or he'll be allocating you the task, or he'll be working with you. He'll be managing the whole team. So for him, that we'll call it as manager. The one who is handling the project, the one who is handling a team of a project, we call them as project manager. You can see the responsibilities over here in this planning, procurement, and execution of the project, budgeting, and risk management. So every team will be having a budget. Okay. So it has to go on that, and even the risk management in the sense. Two people are not gelling with them. So the manager has to take care of that. And if there is any issue in the team, if anyone wants to leave, like if we leave the company or anyone wants to take a day off, or he has to plan how this particular project has to move on from day to day and how many days are there for the release, how many modules we have to work, how many modules we have to test. Everything will be planned by a project manager. Understood?
Yes.
Any doubts in your project manager?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Next we'll be having a delivery manager. So delivery manager is nothing but you're delivering your particular modules or your particular software to a concerned client or a concerned customers. He is the one who will be maintaining the deadlines and manage the delivery terms. Delivery terms, for example, our client says that I want this particular product in 2 weeks with these features or these modules. So that time and that particular modules should be present in that application. That has to taken care by the delivery manager. Then he will create a distribution plans like if the distribution plans in the sense you have multiple releases and one releases when it has to be given, the second release is when how much time you need, that will be taken by your delivery manager. And the next one is the stakeholder. Stakeholder is nothing but if you are owning in a company, think if you are the owner, you will be having some 100% stakes over there. So if you are splitting the companies into partners, every partner will be having an equal share amount or the amount which they have invested. Based on that, they will be having their stakes. You know, right? What a stake and all. Not so. What they say, you people will be knowing what a stake and all, right? Guys,
Yes, sir.
am I audible or no?
Audible.
Yes, you're audible, sir.
If you guys are not responding, I won't get to know, guys. That is why I'm asking.
Sir, we are listening, sir.
It's better. If you guys are not responding seriously, I'll make sure that you switch on your cameras and I'll make sure to be over there. Please respond. How will I get to know whether you're getting on?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So as you can see, someone who has an interest or an concern with the outcome of the projects, like in the sense, as I told you, a retail shop owner will be having 3 owners where they want to develop an application, who are excited to see how the application will look. He might be a stakeholder, and the customer representative who is facilitates the requirement, and the program manager and the subject matter expert who acts as an advisor and the decision maker of creating a release plans. A person who is an owner of a company who wants to develop a project, who is excited to get that project, who is giving the requirements, who is asking like in time period, who is giving a time period of that particular application, he will be a stakeholder in general terms. I may say it's not like you have to go through the same words which are mentioned. The next one is product owner. So there are 2 types of product owners. You know what are the 2 types of product owners? Anyone?
We know product owner only one, sir.
Okay, shall I ask randomly anyone over here? The guys who are not responding. Sridevi, tell me how many types of product owner are there?
Sir, product owner is a customer, sir, who
Okay.
is in behalf of customer. They will talk as a product owner.
That's all. Only one. You mean only one type of product owner is present?
I know that only, sir.
Any others says there are 2 types or 3 types of product owner?
So product owner can be of 2 types. One is the real owner, and the second one is the product owner who is in the company who behave like a owner, sir. He
Very good. Very
decide
good.
the acceptance of that
Good.
product, sir.
Good. There are 2 types of product owners. I'll tell you. The one who will be a real product owner, in the sense, the one who is coming as a client or as I told, the stakeholder. He might be the product owner. If he is very busy and if he is not able to take care of the process, how it is going inside the company, that time what will happen? In our own company, we will be choosing one person to act as a product owner. What he will do in the sense, he won't be involved in either testing or he won't be involved in either development or in any kind of development activities of that particular application. He'll be just monitoring the work, how it has to go, and he will be prioritizing the particular product backlog. So it depends upon the particular application, how it is going on. Understanding?
Sir, could you please repeat again?
Hello.
Okay, sure. So what happens in the sense, the product owner, there are two types. Okay. The first one is the one who comes from the customer place itself. In the sense, the one who is giving the requirement itself. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the other one is when a product owner, like our customer, is busy and he cannot take care of the particular activities which are going inside a company. That time, what we will do in the sense, we'll hire or we will keep one person as a product owner in our internal team itself. Any experienced person. So, for example, think a project manager is there, he's working for 10 years and he's having a lot of experience. What we can do in the sense, when the client is not at all coming to the office, he's not at all taking care of the work, we will make that experienced person as a product owner. Okay. Who will be not involved in any development or testing activities. He'll be just like a customer, he'll be just prioritizing which model has to be built first, and he'll be just monitoring the activities which are going inside a development and testing phase. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Anyone state that?
No, sir.
Anyone got confused?
There's some background voices coming.
Exactly, guys. Today, what happened in the sense, I'm in the office, I'm not able to get it. Try to adjust.
Okay, would you please increase your volume?
My volume is, I think it's full. What about now? Is it the same?
75% on the sir.
Is it the same, or you need me to be more loud?
No, okay,
No,
sir.
sir, it's okay, sir. But
Sir,
your
actually, the
sound
background
is-
noise is more dominating than your voice, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Just a second, wait. Be in the call. What about now? Is it fine? Guys,
Same, sir.
have kept my mic as near as possible. So we'll see after post lunch if I get any room or not.
Okay, sir.
But you are able to hear me, right? You are understanding the concept, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Anyone who's there, like, I'm not understanding, sir. All cool? Everyone are understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So we have understood what is a product owner. Then let us go with the Scrum Master. See, Scrum Masters is nothing but another name which is given to a team lead. Your team leads are your Scrum Masters. In your interviews, if they ask who is your Scrum Masters, what is your answer?
Team lead.
The team lead,
Exactly.
Team lead.
name of the team lead, sir, I will
But
take.
Scrum Master can be anyone from development team or in a testing team also.
See, for development team lead will be the Scrum Master. For testing team lead will be your Scrum Master.
Sir,
Now
in
you,
Sir,
team,
but a Scrum Master comes in a core team, na, sir, in which developer and tester all are both.
sir,
correct.
there is project only one Scrum Master will be there or developer and tester.
Say one by one. Someone is asking only one Scrum Master was there. Who's there?
Sir, I want to ask
Yeah,
like,
Monica.
in a project there will be only one Scrum Master or in different teams there will be Scrum Masters. Like,
So if different teams are there, then of course different Scrum Masters will be present. For now, in your project, there is a different development team. Yes or right?
What we heard, like a team and a core team will be there.
Mm-hmm.
Team we have a Scrum Master and a test
So
team.
that is what I'm asking. So it depends upon project to project.
Okay, sir.
See, you have worked, okay, you need to imagine how Bitcoin is gonna work. Now I am saying that if previously when I have worked on my projects, what has happened in the sense we have different teams. So the core team itself was divided into two parts. That one is for development team and the another one is for testing. Correct. For that, what will happen? A development team has to be taken care by one of the team lead. Yes, sir.
Yes,
And
sir.
the testing team has to be taken care by one of the testing lead.
Correct, sir.
yes, sir.
That is how it depends upon the project to project. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now your doubt is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
One more doubt. Someone was asking. Someone was asking one more doubt, right? Guys, respond please. Someone was asking one more doubt for it about Scrum Masters only.
Sir, I was asking, sir, in core team, there is a Scrum Master and also developer and tester also there.
Mm-hmm.
And in the other hand, there is a sales team in which all the HRs and
Correct.
will come.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, but here we have, as per my knowledge, sir, I have learned that there is one Scrum Master in core team.
Sid, tell me now. A person will be having both development and testing knowledge at the same time.
No, sir.
How a Scrum Master can manage both the teams?
Not possible.
Yes, sir.
But we
Exactly
have
right.
not taken this, sir.
But the role of Scrum Master is to facilitate the meetings and communicate with each other, na, sir?
Then your team lead will also do the same, right?
Okay.
Haven't you seen like with your team lead will send you the link, he will assign you the task, he will monitor the task, he will take you the daily updates, then he will be reporting to the manager. Never heard about this? Like, okay, leave. What you have learned, okay, leave that. Right now, every team will be having a Scrum Master, like for the testing, the development team.
Yes, sir. Fine, sir.
The core team which you are speaking, there you will be having a Scrum Master. Okay, for example, if a particular company is having two testing teams itself, then at least one Scrum Master should be there.
Yes, sir.
At least, for example, two will be there. At least one need to be there. And the person who's, can you think a person will be knowing all the testings and all the development at the same time? If he is having knowledge also, what happens? If he is working on one of the domain, either testing or development, you would have forget the another domain itself.
Yes, sir.
Correct, right? Now you have learned Java, you have learned Selenium. Do you remember all the manual concepts?
No, sir.
The same
I forgot Java, sir.
thing. The same thing will happen. Understanding now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, any other doubts? Anyone? No doubts? All clear?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Fine, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall we move on then?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. See, now you can see the points over there. Estimate the whole software development project, helps the team members to clarify the goals and action, tracking the process, act as a safeguard of his team, handles daily stand-up meeting, helps the team members to follow the agile practice so that they can meet their commitments, to work with the organization to track the process and the progress and the process of the company. As the points which are mentioned over here is exactly the points which a person should be having who is a team lead.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Correct, right? Everyone should have this. All the team leads should have this. To be frank, the Scrum Master is the person who will be the person knowing how an agile process will go on. He'll be having a complete knowledge on agile methodology, and he'll be the main person to drive all the process from one stage to another stage. And what and all the agile ceremonies or the meetings which you have learned in your Q spiders or whatever it might be. So everything will be driven by the Scrum Masters itself. It's nothing but your team lead itself. Okay, understood what is the role of a Scrum Master?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next one is your development Scrum team, testing Scrum team. So as we know, what is a development Scrum team? Perform sprint executions, groom the product backlog, plan the sprint, responsible for developing user stories based on the sprint backlog. We'll get to know what is user stories, what is sprint backlog, everything later. But what they'll do, they'll understand the SRS, they'll plan which of the modules, they'll prioritize the modules, then they'll start developing particular modules. Correct, right? Guys,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
then
sir.
you have your testing Scrum team. Here itself, you can see there are two teams. Then, of course, you have to have two Scrum Masters. Right?
Yes, sir.
Then the next one is your testing Scrum team. So, what is a testing team will do initially when they get the requirement? They'll analyze the requirement, correct? Then they'll start writing the test scenarios. Then the scenarios has to be converted into test cases. Then execution, manual testing or automation testing, everything. Then once the application is stable, UAT testing. Then move into production. Everything will be done by the testing team.
Yes, sir.
Then your cross-functional team, people from development team and testing team will work here to provide a solution in the test. Cross-functional team are nothing but the persons who are doing the gray box testing. You know what is gray box testing?
The combination of the black box and the
White
white box
box.
testing.
Correct. The persons who are having the knowledge on both development and testing. So you can see that your cross-functional team will be something the persons will be working as a like hot fix people. Whenever you try to give a hot fix, you need a person who will be having a knowledge on both development and testing, and you need a person like when the people are doing API testing, and they are even doing testing normal manual and automation testing. You can call them as also cross-functional team. When you're going, you know what is hotfix?
No, sir.
So
No,
hotfix
sir.
is nothing but whenever you find a bug in your production server, in the sense when the application is used by an end user and you find a bug over there, that time we need to fix that bug immediately within 1 day. So there, a group of test engineers, a group of block the application. Like it's not blocking the application. It might be a critical or it might be a blocker. So if it is affecting the business flow, that time what will happen? We have to give one fix over there. That fix should be given within 24 hours of that particular bug found. That time a group of test engineers and developers will sit together in a room called war room and they'll start working on that particular application. This is a high level definition of a hotfix. Understood?
Ishikawa method is same, Lester.
What?
Some Ishikawa, I heard the manual during the manual class. The fish, backbone fish or something.
Fishbone.
Fishbone, yes, sir.
Kind of.
Sir, alpha testing or buddy testing will come under the CFT.
No. These are alpha and all.
Okay. Sir, one more question regarding UAT.
Yeah.
Sir, the test cases for UAT is written at the time of all the test cases which is written, or it is written later, sir, at the time of acceptances.
No, it will be priorly written. In the sense, in UAT, end-to-end testing you will be doing, right?
Yes, sir.
So end-to-end testing can be written for system testing.
Yes, sir.
Same. Initially, if you write, you can execute over there.
But in some cases, we relate to the real-time scenarios in acceptance testing, because we also know the in UAT we do in our 4 ways.
Yeah, that depends upon the approaches which we are following.
Okay.
See, if the particular customer says even the UAT testing has to be taken care by you, that time you'll write it.
Okay, sir.
If the customer is following the different approach, then the other person will take care. You need to give the test cases, or you need to give any of the document which you have covered while you're testing.
Okay.
Sir, one more question, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, the test cases or test scenario we have to write, or the manual tester will write that, sir?
See, before working as an automation engineer, you have to work as a manual engineer. So
Yes.
you need to write it.
Okay. But
Understood?
but in our class we are showing the automation engineer, so I'm asking.
Sir, after having 3.6 years of automation experience, when we will join, sir, we will directly work on automation, sir.
It depends. Okay. It depends if the project is in the initial stage or the project is in the middle or it is in the final stage. So when you will go for automation, usually for regression testing.
If it is functionally stable.
Correct. That is what you mostly go for, full regression or regression testing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So before that, what you'll be doing? You'll be just sitting idle.
No, sir, manual testing.
No,
We'll
sir,
write test cases.
Right, yes, yes.
That is how, this is how you work as a manual tester. You'll write test cases, you'll execute it manually, you'll make that application as functionally stable manually. Then any regression or full regression is required. Then you'll write starting your scripts or any cross browser you want to perform. That time you'll go for it. So it depends upon one stage to another stage.
Okay, sir.
Any other doubts?
No, sir.
All clear?
Yes, sir.
One second, just stay on call.
How many goats do you have? I actually am the goat, greatest of all time. Doth thou happen to have an Only Wenches fan page in the newspaper? I recognize those shoulders anywhere. Yes.
मेरे मम्मी पापा की डेथ हो जाती थी घबरा के उठता मम्मी को ढूंढता था और रिलैक्स फील करता पर इतना ज्यादा होने लगा ये लोग भी स्मार्ट हो गए जब भी मैं घबरा के उठता मम्मी छुप जाती चलो मेरे को लेके गए डॉक्टर ने 10 मिनट देखा मेरे को बोला अरे घबराने की कोई बात नहीं बच्चा आपका बिल्कुल ठीक है हाँ बस ये तो दिन भर सोचता रहता वो इसके सपने में आता अब वो मेरी तरफ में सपने गए भाड़ में तू क्या सोचता रहता हमारे
1:30 will go.
प्लेन क्रैश में मारेंगे पर हम गरीब इतने नहीं ये झूठ ही होगा
Fine. Okay, shall we continue?
Yes, sir.
How many slides left now? No, that's it. See, the most used words in Agile is your sprint, user stories, tasks, subtasks, product backlog, sprint backlog, scrum, story points, capacity, velocity, burn up chart, and burn up. I think everyone would have come across these points, right? Any new keywords are present over here which you have, which we are not aware of?
Velocity, sir.
Velocity, sir.
Burn up
So
chart.
burn up chart, burn down chart. These all are
Okay.
new for us, sir.
Okay, fine.
Velocity.
Okay, fine. No issues. We will go through it. We have a separate slides for that. We will go through it. No issues. First, we will know what is sprint, what is user stories, what is tasks, subtasks, product backlog, sprint backlog, scrum, everything. As you are aware of it, we'll just finish it off soon. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
So sprint is nothing but it is a particular time period where you have to complete the task which is assigned to you. So for it, see, coming to this definition, it is a speculated period within which the planned amount of work has to be completed by the team and made ready for the review. In the sense, you are working on a particular sprint. Sprint duration can be from minimum of 1 week to maximum of 4 weeks. It cannot be more than 4 weeks. And it cannot be less than 1 week. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
So it is a time duration where you have to execute all the tasks and it has to be kept for reviewing. For example, so let me open the paint here. We'll go back. So we have, let us take, we are having one sprint, okay? In sprint one. So we'll be having few tasks, right? So let us take, we are having a task of task one is system study.
Sir, your screen is not visible.
Is it not visible? Okay, wait. Share my entire window itself. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
So I have created one sprint one. Is paint visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So coming to this sprint one, we have a task of system study and we have a task of task 2 is we have to write the scenarios. And task 3 is we have to write test case. is task 4 is test case has to be approved. Task 5 is ready for execution. Yeah? These are the tasks which were given first. Okay? And the duration of this sprint is, I think it is for 2 weeks. So in this 2 weeks of duration, we have to complete all this task. The total time period is given to a particular test engineer or a particular engineer to complete all this task. Can we say it as one sprint?
Yes, sir.
Everyone understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In your initial sprints, yeah, tell me.
Sir, who will tell the duration, sir?
So exactly what happens here is, like as I said, we'll be having a feasibility study or where we'll be planning all the activities, how the application has to go. This sprint duration will be decided by a group of people like Scrum Masters, project managers, or the core team or the share team. They'll sit together and they'll give a particular duration of sprint. Especially, you can take it as your core team itself. Your core team people will be sitting together. Your project managers, Scrum Masters will be sitting together and they'll analyze the particular requirement. They prioritize and they keep one sprint duration. And you cannot say all the sprint duration will be same. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So for only writing, like understanding the requirement scenarios, test cases, and approve the test cases and should be ready for execution, it is 2 weeks. For example, if we have given almost like 5 modules or 6 modules for a single person, think you are working on it, and we have given 5 to 6 modules for you. Don't you think you need 4 weeks of time to execute all those test cases for it?
Yes, sir.
So it depends upon one sprint to another sprint. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
So you can see in this PowerPoint, we have something called as product backlog, sprint backlog. So where we start done. In the sense, a development and testing should be completed and one review should be given to the customers and then one retrospect meeting will be is that they'll ask this kind of cross questions in your interviews. Make sure that we answer it properly. Understand it?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So, understood what is a sprint?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, sir.
Yeah, tell me. Someone else. Any doubt? We'll go for the next slide. Is your
Sir,
yeah? Tell me.
sir, what is sprint zero, sir?
You won't be having sprint zero. All the sprints will be starting with one. Your digit starts with one, right? There is no something called a sprint zero.
Okay, sir.
Now you have something called as your user stories. It is the requirement that defines what is required by an end user. Can I say your particular modules as your user stories?
Yes, sir.
So, for example, now we'll create the modules. So, tell me the modules. First one, can I take invoice as a module? As you guys know. Or
Okay,
else, shall we take the hospital domain or which application are you aware of that?
Sir, hospital.
Yeah.
So, everyone know that hospital domain?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay,
No,
we-
sir.
okay, give
Most
me a
of us
general
aware of
idea.
CRM, sir.
CRM, sir.
CRM, yes, sir.
Okay, just tell me any application, general application, day to day life. Tell me.
Contacts, sir.
Guys, contacts is your application.
Flipkart, sir.
Module.
Flipkart.
Okay. Flipkart, okay. Recently, big period day, everyone would have shopped. Nice. Correct. So in your Flipkart, we have categories. Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In your categories is your particular. This can we call it as this particular category? Can we call it as one user story?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Then in this particular categories, what and all will be having clothes?
Electronics.
Mobiles,
Electronics.
electronics. Then what and all will be?
Furnitures.
Huh?
Sir, home appliances.
Sir.
Home appliances.
Appliances. Then
Sports.
sports are. Sports. Then
Sir, grocery.
grocery. So these are, can I say these are these six which are present over here as my task. Can I say these as task?
Yes, sir.
Everyone.
Yes, sir.
And in this particular mobiles or clothing, whatever it might be, can I take in clothing? What and all in clothing will be having?
Male, female,
Men's wear. Female.
Men,
kids.
Kids.
kids,
Winter wear,
female,
winter wears,
winter wear,
Ethnic.
ethnic. Then that's all right. Formals.
Traditionals.
Ethnic is nothing but your traditional one. Okay. Can I say these as my subtask?
Yes, sir.
Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
understood what is user stories, what is task, and what is subtask.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yes, sir.
Everyone clear?
Sir, have one doubt.
Category.
Sir, user story is a single requirement from the Epic, or it's a complete one model. We can say the one user story.
Complete one module easily you can see it as one user story. Any other doubts? Any other doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Shall we go on?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, there will be difference between user story and requirements.
No. Your requirements are your user stories. That's all. There's no difference.
Okay.
See, one particular user story will be having task and subtask. Okay, as I have drawn over here, as you can see clearly, this is your categories, is your user stories. In that we have some tasks. In that we have some subtasks. Understood? As you can see in your PowerPoint also.
Yes, sir.
Task, it defines how a functionality should be implemented. Task can be futurely divided into subtasks. As categories is your user stories. Task, it depends what is the functionality of categories. Then subtask is your different sub-modules in your task. Understood how to define user stories, task and subtask?
Yes, sir.
So once this agile session is done, what you guys need to do is you need to write down all the user stories in your particular application, and then you have to divide that particular user stories into tasks, and in that task has to be divided into subtasks. Clear?
Okay, sir.
And everyone
Okay, sir.
should do it, and they have to keep me in the CC, and you have to mail it. Fine?
Okay, sir.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
just drop my mail ID in the chat later on. You can just, anyone remind me to drop the mail ID. Fine?
Okay, sir.
So I'll just leave you for lunch at 1:30. You can come back at 2:30. We'll just start the session. Once Agile is done, we'll go for the Jira. Okay? I'll try to complete an Agile and Jira today.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Sir, for Jira installation will be proceed, sir?
Yeah, like you guys know how to install, like how to access Jira and all.
So yet we have not installed that Jira, sir.
Then no issues. I'll only teach.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
So the next one is you can see an example for user stories. You can see example for user story and task. We have WhatsApp settings. In WhatsApp, we have accounts, chats, notification, data, and storage and usage and help. Then later accounts has been divided into privacy, security, two-step verification, change number, request account info, and delete my account. So now we got in a picture the same way I have done over here.
Yes, sir.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You can see same thing. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm keeping the both at the same side. You can just go through that. Now, can you divide? Can you do it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we can, sir.
Okay, fine. Then we have something called as product backlog. Product backlog is nothing but the prioritizing your user stories, like which has to be developed first. See, product backlog is prioritizing list of user stories that should be implemented as a part of project. For example, again, I will repeat. So let us draw over here. There you go. We'll move down. Now, which application you want me to take?
Gmail, sir.
QSpider is also Gmail. Here also you want Gmail.
So we are from QSpider.
Tell any other application apart of Gmail.
Sir, Zomato.
Zomato. Okay. In Zomato, what are the modules?
Sir. The first meal, sir. Hali.
Leave Zomato. What application will take?
Sir, Ola.
Ola I will take. Okay, Ola. In Ola, tell me the modules. From location.
Pick up.
Okay, we'll pick up location. And
destination point.
Drop.
Stop.
Next.
When.
Huh?
When. Time.
When? Do we have time? I don't think so.
I mean, when.
Yes, sir. Now and time.
We
When
have. Okay, let us take cabs.
Okay.
Then we have autos.
Rental.
Rental we can take. With that, I think it will come under cabs. Auto will take. Then we have
Search.
search. Okay, search payments. Then what are we?
Promo code activities.
History, ride history. Can we take ride history? Then what and all we have? Coupon codes. Coupon codes are there now. Ola Money we have.
Insurance also there, sir.
Okay, my insurance.
Refer and earn.
What more?
Refer and earn.
Okay. So that is last one, refer and earn. So we have how many models we have now?
So scan and go.
We have 11 models.
11.
So in 11 models, what we'll be doing in the sense, we will create one product product.
Yes, I'll ask you. I'll just inform you. Start making So just I'm trying to reach in this moment switched off.
So I have created product backlog one.
Here, but this one we will pick up location.
So what and all the particular modules you will add over here?
Pick up location. Yeah. Drop.
Destination.
Drop.
Tab.
Cabs or
Tabs.
payment.
Coupon codes.
Enough.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
One product backlog is done. With these particular 4 modules, we can easily run an application.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes or no?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then I'll create one more product backlog. That is product backlog 2. Correct. In this, what we can do? What and all modules we can add? Auto. Then
Search.
search. Very
Right.
good. We can go for
History.
Right.
then
Ola Money.
Ola Money.
Ola Money not one. We'll go with coupon codes. So we want to give discounts, right? That's how we can attract the customers, no? Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Now, this is how you prioritize your particular modules and going for the development. Understood? How will you prioritize the modules?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, any doubts in prioritizing the modules?
No, sir.
No,
Everyone clear? Is the example clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Anyone having doubt?
So,
Clear. So you can see over here is the product backlog is a prioritizing the list of user stories that should be implemented as a part of project. We have done that.
Yes, sir.
Now we have prioritized it. Now what we'll do in the sense, I'll create one sprint.
मतलब आता है को
Sir, this is done by developer or the in feasibility study?
This will be done by the Scrum Masters and the BAs, everyone. You need not to worry, but you need to know how the process goes, right?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm creating one. What is that? We are creating sprint 1, which is duration of 2 weeks. Now tell me what and all the modules which should be present over here.
That all
Sir,
in the product
Product backlog 1, sir.
Correct, exactly. We will drop all the modules which are present in the product backlog 1 and we will keep it in the one sprint. That is what we call it as a sprint. This we call it as a sprint backlog. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Prioritized modules or the prioritized product backlog 1 and moving it to the one sprint, we call it as a sprint backlog. Understood, everyone?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it is a list of user stories or tasks which has to be worked upon in a particular sprint. It is a subset of product backlog. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So,
Done? Shall we go for a lunch? Shall we go for a break?
Okay, sir.
yes, sir.
What time you will come back?
2:30.
Huh?
2:30.
2:30? Okay, fine. Go have your lunch and join in the same link. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay, yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.